When the British Army goes to war, first in the field are the sergeants. To earn their stripes, this elite must survive the infantry's toughest course. This is the story of that course. Tonight on Battle Stripes, 2 section get their first taste of the big guns.
All their ribs would cave in just from the pressure of the shell going off.
And Chris Garvey learns the tactics of ambush.
Get out of here, get a grip.
Get in there with that infantry now!
After 4 weeks of exhausting battlefield training, 2 section enjoy a rare trip away from Brecon.
Today, the entire course has moved down to Warminster training area, Salisbury Plain. It's about 3 hours from where we normally are in Wales. The highlight of the day will be actually being under shell fire. I mean, we'll be working with artillery, mortars. It's a day out of Wales and it's quite enjoyable.
Each group will have about 20 minutes on the light gun and 20 minutes on the AS-90. Please take the opportunity to ask questions, have a go at firing, have a go at handling the ammunition, and try and appreciate the heavy nature of the work on each gun.
Yeah, it is quite impressive. It's the first time I've been this close up to it. We've obviously seen it firing and all that before. We've never been this close in behind it. Like the lads that stood behind here are taking a lot of shock because we stood back there and you could feel the shock wave coming out of the gun.
L106, that's the name of the fuse, the type of fuse we've got. On here,
super quick delay.
Super quick and delay. It's always on super quick. So as soon as that hits the ground, it'll go off.
Can you only have it on super quick in peace?
No.
In peacetime?
No.
You put it on delay?
It just depends on what the OPs want.
Yeah.
If firing troops dug in, then they may say delay. It'll go in about a metre and a half into the ground and then go off.
And then go off.
It's basically to cave in all the trenches. But this is a standard fuse. One of the new fuses we've got is an electronic fuse. You can set it to go off 18 metres above the ground.
Yeah.
9 metres and 0.9 metres above the ground. Basically everyone gets a bit. That's mainly troops in open.
Yeah. So they stand here and fire this all day. I should imagine it takes quite a lot out of them. Like.
Give me the rifle any day. No, it's quite impressive.
At the minute,
quite impressive.
A large gun crew.
It's the first time I've been on to this close one as well. So actually knowing how what happens when we call in a fire mission. Just can't wait to go on the other side to see what effects it's got on us.
Down to a 6 mile.
But some of 2 section's infantrymen are not impressed.
Yeah, it's boring, the artillery, you know. I mean, that's their job, but I mean,
as far as they get.
Your life is just loading shells into the back of a gun. What sort of life is that like, you know what I mean? The whole point of being in a war is to win it, and how can they win a war? They're not even going to see a war, really, are they? Like you say, they're not even going to see their enemy face to face, where we do. You know what I mean?
Whereas today, we'll have the opportunity and we'll be able to see the realism of the fire coming down in and around your area. Like.
Well, we were the 1st battalion into Bosnia in '91. Like, I was on guard one day and we had a 24 by 24 tent. We just sat there and a stray mortar shell landed about 150 metres away from the tent, and I crawled underneath the freaking bed. There was no reason for it. Like, it was just adrenaline. You think you've got to get under there to protect yourself, but you know.
I don't think there's any problem at all whether they're going to miss or not, because they'll all be out of a job if they do, won't they?
You can't knock them. We need them, especially if it's a one-on-one sort of conflict where there's always bitching about each other in the army. The artillery don't like the infantry don't like the Air Force don't like us or the Navy just hate everyone. You know, that's just banter, that's just military banter, like, you know. But as an overall warfare type of thing, we all need each other, unless we can't survive, especially the foot troops that are on the ground. we need air support and we need artillery, like we need our own weapons. Otherwise, we can't efficiently fight and win a battle. Like.
Just 5 kilometres from the firing line, 2 section are about to experience the wrong end of a live artillery bombardment.
Morning, guys.
The reason that they're put into the bombard observation post is to demonstrate very clearly the effects of indirect fire on soldiers, on armour. It is trying to, once again, bring the reality of what we do to the fore.
Got a body armor on. That's in my day, so don't put that on film.
Every single person on leaving that observation post will be in no two minds that when we say, get down on your belt buckle and crawl, because we could get indirect fire, he's seen it, and he has seen the devastation that it can be caused by artillery.
Just in front of us. Okay, then. If it hit it directly into here, I mean, the amount of reinforcement that's there would have. But if we'd been out in the open, don't worry, you definitely start digging an hole with your ass. Like,
read post books and biographies from guys who were in the Falklands, and actually come with a bombardment on Tumbledown and Wise Bridge and that, and they were crawling between the crags and the rocks to get away from the shrapnel. I mean, we're in a fortified bunker here, like rounds landed 20 metres away. Like, yeah, so what? But you know, it just gives you some more of an idea of what actually the guys went through. Like, yeah, let's go see what damage it did.
Sort of thing that's flying around at you as well, the shrapnel off the actual rounds itself. As you can see on the targets here that they placed out to simulate blokes that would be out on the ground, the size of the hole that's gone straight through the middle of it, something like that, probably flying that, you know what I mean, at 100 mile an hour, straight through your body, going to go straight in through your body, all razor sharp at the edges, and it would have been hot as well, very hot.
And with shrapnel,
that's still warm, that piece is still warm. I feel that's still warm.
and even though the artillery, the actual shrapnel would go into the body here, it could come out of the body anyway, because once it's inside, it bounces round the internal organs and then comes out somewhere else.
And the vacuum is going to, the vacuum is going in, and the vacuum is going to cause, it's going to rip your insides out the other side, you know what I mean?
And although these targets here, as I said, simulating people out in the open, haven't got any fragmentations gone through them, you imagine now that their ears are going to be bleeding, they're going to be totally disorientated.
Battered lungs.
They're going to have battered lungs, probably crushed chest. All their ribs would cave in just from the pressure of the shell going off. Like. So they'd be fucked anyway, as well as in.
Get in there with that infantry now!
Coming up, Chris Garvey loses his way in the dark as 2 section plan an ambush. Back in camp, 2 sections Chris Garvey finds a rare opportunity to phone home and check on his son Aaron's progress.
Hello?
Hiya.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
How's it going?
It's okay, not too bad. Any news here?
No. He's got 2 through.
You getting
Another one.
Another one.
He's toddling off on his own.
Is he?
Yeah.
How far is he walking?
Well, Gail had him for me the other day for a couple of hours, and apparently he walked right across the living room.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just gets a bit brave and launches himself.
Yeah.
But half the time he doesn't realise his toys are in the way and goes flying over his toys. But no, he's all right.
With Chris being away, when he comes home, Aaron's been with me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and when he sees Chris's face, he'll smile for him and laugh, and Chris will put his arms out to him, and Aaron will go to him. But if I get up and walk out the room and leave Aaron with Chris, Aaron cries after me, and it hurts Chris. But as I've explained to Chris, he's only a baby. You know, you go away, I'm with him all the time. You've got to rebuild that bond with him.
All right then.
Yeah.
Well, take care.
I will.
Love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bit of a shame, really, because I wanted to be there for that. You know, he was walking on his, he had a little pusher thing that he was walking on, like, so I was looking forward to watching him actually make his steps, but I'm glad he's doing it. But he's chipped a couple of teeth, he fell over. Got a habit of playing with his toys in the bathroom, and he's fell over and banged his lip or something. But he's alright. He's alright. Yes, I just want to get home and see him now walking, like, you know.
Out on the training area, Chris Garvey is about to face his first major test. He has been appointed platoon commander for a difficult night exercise. He will lead 2 section and 20 other men.
Okay, what we're going to do now, gents, is move into that field and go through the occupation of the ambush itself. From the FR.
Chris must command an ambush on an enemy patrol. It's misty and dark and he can only see through the night sight on his rifle. Navigation will be difficult.
Right, let's go.
The ambush itself was an exercise which I really wanted to get anyway, because it's something that I've had some experience in.
As you get to the edge, you're at the far end. Right to right. Yeah, and then you follow the fence down to there. Okay.
He's going to be worried just now about navigating from here through to the ambush site on a misty night. He's going to be worried that I'm with him and he won't always know where I am, but knows that I will be watching him. And he's worried that he gets the blokes to the ambush site without getting lost.
Where the boss had told Chris to use the other side of the woods, it confused him straight away. However, he was going in completely the right direction. Then the problem happened with the compass.
Comes down, doesn't it? Yeah, the bug line comes down that. See it? Yeah. No, yeah. Yes, that junction. That junction does the fucking west. This junction is where we are now. That junction is where we're standing now.
We always carry 2 types of compasses, a silver compass and a prismatic, if we're in command appointment. And the only difference between one or the other is the prismatic is slightly more accurate and can have a fixed, what we call a fixed bearing. Well, because I'd taken a silver compass out instead of a prismatic, I'd fixed a bearing onto it. But somewhere along the line, I'd caught the compass with my weapon, and the spool had moved round to a different bearing. So I was moving out of the valley when I should have been staying in it.
We're in danger of the plan going badly wrong.
Yes, sir.
Time to grip the situation.
Sir.
Everyone needs to be briefed. Move over sharp, we're going back. Make sure they know where they are. The blokes know where they are, because at the moment, Sheila and Geith are separated lost. They won't have a rinky dink.
Sir.
Brief them, get them sorted back, get it back on track. Things are not working. Get a grip of it.
The boss started pestering him, saying, "You're lost, you're lost." Although we all knew he was only gone a couple of 100 metres out of his way. We weren't lost at all. We all knew exactly where we were, but the boss was on his case by this stage.
Right, wait, listening. Get around here, everyone now. That we're moving back. We've come too far. Moving back up to that bun line. ERV. Once the ERV is established, we're then moving off into the recce. Okay?
Chris Garvey short-circuits his plan and finds a road which will lead him to the ambush point.
So Chris made a command decision to parallel the road, which was closer to us, than trying to get back onto the route that he'd originally planned. So the boss faulted him for that, basically, because he'd laid down a route in orders, but didn't stick to it.
I was just getting everyone in, and then I'm going to move off.
Move off with who?
No, forward recce.
Got into the position, and we had the ambush set. Again, Captain Ramsey putting restrictions on me, pulling me apart.
We haven't moved more than 100 metres from the position, and all you're doing is talking about each other's washing. Get out of here, get a grip.
It's just started to make me snowball a bit, and I was getting a bit flustered, and I thought this is going to go really bad for me.
With the ambush position set, Chris Garvey waits for his lookout to identify the enemy and signal for the attack to begin.
It's time to move on, men, now! Hey, come on! Right, hey, I want 3 sections to start pulling back now. 2 sections, coming forward.
Captain Ramsey gives Chris Garvey another headache. An enemy counterattack creates casualties. The platoon must withdraw.
Roger, we have now just been encountered by enemy. We are now doing patrol. We have got a number of casualties en route back to your group. Text over.
Right, Sergeant Garvey. Attach a fire team so that they can escort the casualties back. Because if the platoon sergeant's now doing a casualty and ammo state, no one's looking after the casualties. Let's get the bodies and get those men away. Right. They are bleeding to death.
They've got enough guys with 3 sections.
Right, Dad, get me two guys from there. Yeah. Sorry, 3 guys from there, forming a fire team. I want them on that wagon, and take yourself and get them fuckers out of there.
Right, okay.
All right?
Okay.
In battle, there's no time to sort of muck around and have a discussion. You've got to get on with it. And you've got casualties. All you can do is grab hold of them and get them out as quickly as you possibly can. And it's exhausting and tiring. But if you were a casualty, you wouldn't want to be left behind, would you?
In the pitch darkness, it's proving difficult to find and carry the 16-stone casualties.
Why the fuck are they dragging if he's shot in the shoulder? Come on, give him a hand. Get up. Focus the hand here. Come on, people, come on. Shot in the shoulder, not the legs.
Let's get going,
You want to be at least 2 or 3 men with each of these parties. Better still, let's get them all together so we're not split up.
Casualties, follow up speed. Come on, we need to start moving these out. Get him on the stretcher, fucking moving now. He's on the stretcher. 1, 2, 3, left. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Fucking hell. Stop! One over here, 1 section.
Chris Garvey has successfully managed the retreat, but the instructors are not happy.
We're all in the infantry. Navigation is one of your basic fundamental skills, okay? If the platoon commander gets lost and you haven't told him where he's going wrong, as far as I'm concerned, you go downhill with the platoon commander on this course, okay? Because you're not doing your job, all right? And as far as I'm concerned, if you can't get from A to B, you haven't achieved your mission. If you ain't achieved your mission on this course, then you fail the appointment, all right? Because for real, when you go back to your units, you're not going to have somebody holding your hand and saying, you've got lost there, here you are, we'll drag you back the right way. If you get lost, you could get 30 blokes killed because you can't bother your arse at the rear to check navigate. Everyone understand that?
And it was all down to a simple thing of a bearing getting knocked off, and I'm sure he'll get ragged for that for the rest of his army career.
Did I not say last night, all commanders, full command kit? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because of not having that command kit and not having a prismatic compass with the bearing set, we got lost. By getting lost, we couldn't use our follow the route out, we couldn't recce the ambush site correctly, establish the ambush site correctly, all going on because of one thing and one thing only: lack of command kit. In contact, withdraw, with casualties, people started to work to grab these bodies, get them up that hill and bring them back to this location. So by and large, although some aspects will be debriefed with you, Sergeant Garvey, later on, an improvement. Keep it up. You will be debriefed separately when we get back to the harbour. Don't go slashing your wrists yet, because there are some plus points from you both as well. But I think you'll agree, and pass on to the others, that operations at night, when things start going wrong, require a great deal of coordination. Liaison. Yep. Okay, back you go. Let's get this squared before we go back.
Back at the instructor's HQ, Chris Garvey waits anxiously for his debrief from Captain Ramsey.
Things were going extremely well. You commanded them effectively, you had control, a good presence, and people were gripped. And right up until we left the wood, after the second RV, I thought, you're flying. Things are working. The blokes were working for you, you were there, the navigation was going on, everything was fine. And it was all down to a silver compass. Because the second you got lost, that's when everything else spiraled. When the mist comes down like that, it's all done on bearings and pacing, and it's the only guaranteed way of success. What pulled it out of the bag for you was that you controlled it. You got a grip of it, and you managed to fight through, do the brake clean, and get your casualties away. Appointment, you'll be glad to know, is a pass by the skin of your teeth. However, it's a pass. All right?
Sure.
Anything for me?
Sure.
Okay. Off you go.
It's been a difficult week for Chris Garvey.
At the moment, I think I'm doing okay, but at the same time, anything could change. I mean, something goes wrong and that's it. You know, you're now back bottom of the heap and you've got to fight your way back.
Yeah, I'm supporting Chris on this course. I think the only way I can be supportive, though, is just to be here for him if he rings and he wants to have a moan. Be here for him of a weekend when he comes home, again, so he can sit and tell me what's happened. Obviously encourage them. I mean, I spoke to him last night and he was feeling a bit down. I want him to do well, of course I do. He wants to do well. And you've just got to be there to sort of boost the morale and keep them going.
I get down there on a Sunday night and it's not just me, it's most of the guys that just sit there on the edge of the beds thinking, this is crap, you know, why the hell are we here, you know. But the next day when we start work, as soon as we're in the field, then that's it. You know, we think to ourselves, well, this is why we're here. It's promotional. We need to get on, and that's what you got to keep on convincing yourself that it's worthwhile. The reason you're doing it. So that's why I do it anyway.
Next week on Battle Stripes, 2 sections baby John Reynolds encounters Star Wars.
We're right in the middle of the bus here. We've got fire going over, bullets going over our heads now.
And the Sergeant Major's on the warpath.
If you can't get it right, then how do you expect your blokes to